This video will review the basic R syntax, sometimes what we refer to as the main parts of speech in R. Okay, so first thing, you want to open a new R script. So you can click here, automatically open that, or you could go to File, New R script, right? But in our case here, we had already created an existing, or rather previous file we had already created. So we'll just go and click on Open File and point it to the location where you saved your previous script. In our case here will be my first R script. Click that, click open, right? So the first thing we want to do here is to start with the comments. So how do we comment in R? We use this symbol here. We call this the number sign, or the hash sign, or the pound sign, right? So the comments here is just a way to improve your code's readability, right? And it's only meant for you. Okay. Essentially, once we run it using, say, we run here, you'll see the operator just ignores that. Okay, so that's it for now. The next thing we want to look at is the assignment operator. So there are two ways to assign a variable or a value to a variable. So we could use this symbol. So let me just quickly do this here. So in RStudio, if I could just put this here, already have it. So we can just put comment here. Okay, you can put this over here. All right. So in Windows, you could actually use this Alt sign on your keyboard and the minus sign, right? That automatically will insert a symbol. We'll insert this symbol here. We use this symbol to assign a value to a variable, right? So in Mac, I'll use the Option key and the hyphen or key on your keyboard. So let's go ahead and do that. Automatically insert that. But to demonstrate this, let's say we have a variable. So let's create a variable, right? So let's say var, right? And then we hit on Option hyphen and we assign a string. Let's say hello world, right? We call this a string because we encapsulate that in double quotation mark, right? So again, so the next thing we want to do here is to actually execute this code. You can highlight that and click run, or you can place your cursor anywhere and use the command enter on Mac, or if you're on Windows, you can just use Control Enter, I believe. So notice what happens at the console here. So if I run this, command enter, this gets executed. And then in the environment here, we've created an object, right? So we can go ahead and use a print function. So print function, it's a very popular method to print out, your variables, right? And by the way, a variable here is just analogous to a bucket or buckets, right? And we use this on the left-hand side. This is the variable, right? We use this to store information, okay? And it's another way of reference information on the right-hand side. So here we pass an argument, okay, var, and we can run this, right? By the way, you can call it anything. I could just say variable or var for short, okay? So I run this and I'm able to output the contents of my variable, okay? And that's it. In our next video, we're gonna look at variables in details.